All right, let's get started. As usual, this is Vinyasa Flow Level 1, 2. I'm Maureen. Tonight, if you have tighter shoulders, I would recommend having a strap, yoga strap, or a belt or a towel, something that would allow you to clasp behind your back with ease, so it's not going to be a struggle. You'll also have the option, if you don't have any of those, to kind of grab for your shirt or something like that. But it's just always nice to have something to kind of bring your hands closer together, since we're going to be working on our shoulders a little bit. So let's get started. I'm going to have us begin on our backs. So make yourself comfortable, make your way to your mat once you have everything you need. So just laying down in a comfortable position. We're not going to be here too long, so however it feels right to begin, whether you want to stretch your legs forward, feet on the mat, knees out, any of these options. Just let yourself settle. And for today, I thought we'd do this. Bring one hand over your belly. The other hand goes over your heart. Just relax your shoulders. Just kind of make that connection, hands touching the body. And then closing your eyes, allow yourself to breathe evenly into both hands so that you notice as you fill up the body with breath that you're breathing not just the low belly or not just the upper chest, but you're evenly letting that breath travel through the whole trunk of the body. And then maybe even envisioning that breath moving beyond the torso into the limbs and the neck and the head. So each breath is a full body breath. And once you've established that slightly more aware, slightly fuller breath, go ahead and take an inhale, stretching your arms all the way up and overhead, reaching behind you. And then hook your thumbs together overhead. And maybe bend your elbows just a little bit, just enough so that you can wing them out and not let the shoulders crunch up to the ears. So almost drawing the shoulder blades, kind of letting them move down the back so that it puffs the chest up just a little bit. And then hook the other thumb in front and do the same thing. So the backs of the hands can rest on the ground and the elbows bend outward a bit. And then moving the shoulder blades, kind of pulling them down the back, letting the top of the head feel like it's reaching towards the clasped thumbs. And then unclasp the thumbs. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a hug and just sway side to side. And then make your way over onto one side. And then once you're there, just bring yourself upright to sit. Press into the ground, come upright to seated. Find a cross-legged seated position. And then if you have that strap or belt or towel, take a hold of that. Place it over your right shoulder. We're just going to start with a little Gopukasana arm stretch. And then extend your right arm straight up to the ceiling, flipping the palm back, bend the elbow, find your right shoulder blade, holding it, grab your right elbow with your left hand, and then try to bring that forearm right above the top of the head. Try to sit taller so that the top of the head stretches toward that forearm, and maybe even hollow the right armpit out of it. Keep that elbow close to you as you stretch your left arm out to the side. Rotate that palm behind, and then bring that arm behind you, walking up the back body. So see how high you can get it. So maybe the fingers do connect, or maybe you're going to make use of that prop, that strap, or whatever else it is. You can also just grab your shirt. So if your hands aren't connecting and you don't have anything to bridge the distance, go ahead and use your own shirt. Then keep this outer upper right arm drawing inward so it doesn't flare out. Keep the elbow pointing up. Keep the chest open. Take another breath and see if you can sit a little taller as you stretch the shoulders. And then release that. Take a moment to switch sides. Maybe rotate the wrists, stretch the arms out if you like. When you're ready, move that prop over to the left shoulder if you have that. And then left arm stretches up, palm back, so you feel this tricep wrapping inward. Then as you bend the elbow, find the shoulder blade, then find that left elbow with your right hand. Bring it in close to the side of the head and point it right up as if you're kind of grabbing the elbow and drawing it higher to the ceiling, and then lifting the upper body so that the top of the head stretches higher. Keep all of that as you send that right arm to the side. Palm back, bring it behind you, walk it up the back body. So if you're like me, one side is very different than the other. So I'm able to get a better clasp on one side. So just working with where your shoulders are right now. And then just a few breaths here. Continue to sit tall, lengthening the upper body, lengthening that torso up off of the waist, sending that left elbow straight up to the ceiling and the left tricep toward your left ear. And then release the clasp. Go ahead and stretch your arms out. Turn the palms back and then up. And then inhale the arms towards the ceiling. Maybe look up. Maybe reach a little higher. And then exhale, draw the hands down to the front. And then take that strap off of the shoulder. You can move that to the side. Make your way to hands and knees. Once you're on hands and knees, we're going to start with cat and cow. So heart forward as you inhale, pull it ahead. As you exhale, scoop out the front body, round the back body, up towards the ceiling. With your breath, inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push the ground away to a cat's breath. Take that a few times at your breath pace. And then when you're ready, settle back to a neutral spine, flat back. And then right where your hands are, keep them there. Curl your toes under, lift your knees, come into a short down dog. And then as you press the hips back with less distance between hands and feet, see if you can utilize your legs a little bit more. So really feel like you're pulling the hips back, pushing the tops of the thigh muscles into the thigh bones. And then maybe a little bit more work can happen with the legs. If you need to, take a few breaths to pedal the feet. Maybe walk the legs out, whatever you like to do. And then once the feet start to settle a little bit more, scoop the triceps inward. Yeah, same action that you did with the strap, with that top arm. Triceps wrap inwards so the elbows don't flare out. Take another breath in your short down dog. And then go ahead and bring your knees back down to the mat. Once you're back to hands and knees, I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to work another shoulder stretch here. Right arm is going to stretch to the right. Open your chest towards that side of the room. Reach the right arm towards the ceiling. Moving with your breath, exhale, lean toward the ground, thread the right arm under, stretch it across, pause, hover, don't lay the arm down yet. And then lift back through center, turn towards the right, reach back up. Exhale, bring it under, thread it, stretch it a little further over, hover. Inhale, open towards the right, reach up. Exhale, bring the arm under once again, pause. Inhale, open towards the right, reach up once more. And then exhale, bring it under another time, but really reach it far. Now lay the whole arm down. Rest your right temple onto the mat. And then crawl your left hand forward, as if you're trying to reach it as far forward as you can. Maybe come onto the fingertips, and then maybe pull your hips a little further back so you feel extension through that top arm. You can keep it there, or if it feels like a good idea, maybe to raise it to the ceiling and wrap it behind the back, you can take that as well. And then wherever that left hand is, slowly bring it back down next to your face, push into the ground, and then bring that right hand under your shoulder, set it down. Take the other side, left arm over to the left. Push the right hand into the ground, open your chest towards the left, reach nice and high, and then exhale, bring it underneath, reach it across, bend your right elbow, hover just a couple of inches, then open back over the side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring that arm under, reach it to the right. Inhale, open the chest toward the left, reach up. Exhale, thread it under, pause, hover once more. Inhale one more time, open the chest, reach up high, and then exhale, stretch it really far, settle the whole arm down, arm is straight, head comes to rest. And then crawl or just extend that right arm forward first, really working to crawl the fingertips forward and then maybe you feel like you're cupping the hand. And then pull the hips just a little further back. And then stay there or take that top arm to a wrap if you did on the other side. Maybe see if you can open your chest towards that right side just a little bit more. And then go ahead and return the right hand down. Press into the mat, come back up onto all fours. And then once you're back to tabletop, now keep your knees where they are. Step your hands a handprint further forward. So more distance between hands and feet. Now the shoulders are a little bit more open. Tuck the toes, lift the knees up. Return to down dog. And see if you can widen the upper back. As you push firmly to the hands with straight arms, breathe more space in between the shoulder blades as you scoop your triceps down towards your mat. Now from your down dog, take an inhale and shift forward into plank. So if you move your hands far enough forward, you may not need to wiggle the toes back. If you do, wiggle them just a little further back so wrists are right under shoulders. Take another inhale and plank. Now on your exhale, use your core to pull the hips up and press back to down dog. Then take an inhale, look forward, shift into plank again. On your exhale, pull back to down dog. Do that 2 more times. If you want to add a little chaturanga push-up, I'm not going to stop you. Optional, knees up or down. And then once you come forward again, inhale, exhale, pull back to downward facing dog. Then walk your hands back to your feet. Come to a forward fold, just hanging over the legs. Let your elbows clasp. Take a slight bend in the knees and maybe sway a little bit side to side. And then release the arms. Bend the knees more as you roll slowly upright to stand at the back of your yoga mat. And take a moment as you stand tall, seal the hands in front of the heart. Draw the shoulder heads, tops of the shoulders, slightly back and down. Then take an inhale, float the arms wide, reach for the ceiling, lift the gaze, look up. On the exhale, hinge at the hips, leaning forward, come all the way into a forward fold again. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Some of you may do fingertips to ground. As you exhale, fold over the legs again. Arms out on the inhale, press and stand, reach and look up. Exhale, draw the palms to the heart. Inhale again, arms reach out and up. Exhale, folding over the legs, bowing deeply in. Halfway, heart forward, inhale, and maybe look ahead. Exhale, fold over the legs. Arms out, inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart. One more half sun salute, inhaling, arms reach up. Exhaling, bowing forward. Inhale, halfway, long spine. On the exhale, fold over the legs again, bending your knees. Crawl your hands forward to down dog. See if you can find that same distance between hands and feet that we did when we came into the pose last time. So walking the hands far enough ahead that you can inhale now, shift forward back into plank. Shoulders on top of wrists. Look forward, shift the shoulders past the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga to the belly. Knees up or down. You decide if you modify or not. Toes stretch back. Push the hands down, pull the chest forward, low cobra. Exhale, return back to the mat. Take cobra again. Inhale, lengthen to lift the heart forward. Exhale, down again. Once again, inhale. Stay with cobra if you need to. If you're warm enough for up dog, go for it. Always optional to stick low with the back bend. Exhale, return to down dog. Flip the feet, or press the hands and knees, tuck the toes. Send the hips high and back, back, back as you work the legs. Once again, engaging and rolling the inner thighs behind you. Now looking forward between your thumbs. Let your feet come to your hands. Maybe walk it up this first time. If you like, you can step or hop. Once you're to the front, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway, heart forward. Exhale, folding in again. Arms out, inhale, come to stand. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart center. Okay, let's do 3 Surya Namaskar A's. So modify if you need to. Stay low with cobra. Inhale, work with your breath. Arms reach out and up. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Halfway, heart forward, long spine. Bend the knees, hands down. Make your way to plank pose. From there, look forward, shift. Chaturanga, elbows bend 90. Then inhale, right to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, roll right back to down dog. Take 3 inhales and exhales. Full body breaths. At the bottom of your next exhale, look forward, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk it, step, step, or hop. Then Ardha on the inhale, long spine, shift a little further to the balls of the feet. Exhale, fold over the legs. Arms out as you lead yourself to stand, stretch the hands high. Exhale, hands to heart. Second round, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, ride the breath back down to a full fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, moving through the vinyasa. So you step to plank. If you jump, elbows bend right away. Shoulders past wrists as you take your chaturanga dandasana right into your back bend. Exhaling, right back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. 3 long breaths. Even the inhales to the exhales. Exhales to the inhales. And then on your breath, your third exhale, look forward, see where you want to go. Make your feet come to your hands. Inhale it halfway up, heart forward, long spine, folding on the exhale. Inhale, press to stand tall, reach up, stay tall as you draw the hands to the heart. Right again, one more Surya A. Inhale, lifting, looking up. Exhale, bowing down. Inhale, halfway, Ardha. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, shoulders back. Exhale as the hips pull back, down dog. Once again, as you find a nice smooth inhales to exhales, maybe try to slow the breath down a bit. And once again, when you are ready to come back to the top of the mat, look between the hands, walk, step, or float it all the way up. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding in Uttanasana. Arms stretch out on the inhale, take it to stand. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. All right. Stay standing tall at the top of the mat. Center the weight evenly into the feet. Take an inhale, circle the arms wide, reach up. Exhale, bowing forward, leaning all the way down. Inhale, stretch the heart forward, look ahead. On your exhale now, bend your knees, plant your hands, fingertips or palms. Step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. So very long lunge. Make sure the knee is right on top of the ankle. If it's in front of it, wiggle the toes of that back foot further behind you. Then you're going to take that knee down, untuck the back toes. Stamp your right foot as you inhale, raise your arms to the ceiling, coming into Anjaneyasana, and then taking a moment to kind of set up, bring the hands to the hips. Try to work the front of the pelvis to lift up toward your front body so that it doesn't shorten and tighten the lower back. So frontal hip points, heel up away from the pelvis, and then belly pulls back. And then right knee stays bending forward. I'm going to have you take your arms out into a cactus. Then you're going to draw the elbows together in front of you. You're going to let your left cross over your right. So you're either going to hook and wrap to eagle, Gardasana arms, or if that's too much for the shoulders, hug your shoulders. Get your elbows the same height as your shoulders, maybe even a little higher. Try to see if you can get a lot of lift across the back body. And then stay looking straight ahead for now. Try to lengthen all four sides of the waist while keeping the right knee bending and the back leg extending. And then slowly uncross your arms, stretch them out wide, palms up, inhale Anjaneyasana. So maybe let the gaze float up now, reach up, maybe lean the head back a bit. If you're able to get the hands to press without the shoulders hunching, your elbows bending, maybe get the hands together. Maybe interlace everything but the thumb and first finger and make a little kind of pointy, a little pistol shape. Taking another inhale, lift the chest higher. On your exhale, release the hands, draw them all the way back to the mat, like that. Curl the back toes, lift the knee up. Beautiful. From here, I'm going to have you walk your right foot into center. Then you're going to spin your back left foot down 45 degrees. Set it up so that your heel to arch. If you need to, you can take hands to blocks or any other prop. On an inhale, you're going to rise straight to Virabhadrasana 1, opening the chest towards the side, reaching your arms front to back. I will turn around now. So you're in your warrior, can I say warrior 1? I meant warrior 2. In case anyone's confused. I can't see you right now, so I'm guessing there's only one. All right, so heel to arch, chest facing the side, right knee bending forward, back foot at 45. So the heel's further back from the toes, arms are stretched open wide. And then from here, take an inhale, straighten your front leg. Right. Reaching your right hand forward, extend it out all the way past the foot if you can. Without blocking your right knee all the way, take the hand down, either gently rest it at the shin, left arm up, or place it outside the foot on a block or a prop, unless you're able to easily reach the ground. Just make sure you're not pushing into this shin. So keeping that little kind of micro bend of the front knee as we open into triangle pose. See if you can press more weight, more tension into the base of the big toe of that right foot while staying on the back heel a lot. So you're lifting the inner arch of the back foot and sealing the outer edge of it and working that heel to firmly press. We're going to be working to anchor our back heel a lot today. Right. Then maybe take that top arm overhead. Rotate the palm back, scoop the tricep inward, keeping the arm straight without the shoulder hunching. Just extend the arm not too far, just maybe enough that it's kind of in line with the back leg, so you're not dunking forward over the front leg, you're extending the top side of the body long. And then reach straight to the ceiling again. Press into the feet, inhale, come back upright. Look forward, rebend your right knee. So you're back in warrior 2. Now reach your right hand forward again. Option 1, bend your right elbow, palm up, form the thigh, left arm straight up, modify Parshvakonasana. Or perhaps take full Parshva with the hands to the inside. So it may not reach the ground, you may need a prop. You may be reaching the ground, but just make sure you're not collapsing forward and towards the mat. So give yourself enough height that you can keep the chest open and the right knee bending. Then I'm going to have you wrap this top arm. Turn the palm back. Bring that hand behind you. Bend the elbow a bit and then try to crawl it further towards this front right hip crease. Or maybe Bring the top of the hand around, kind of holding the outside of your right thigh. Roll the top shoulder back. Maybe lean the head back just a little bit, then squeeze the right hip in, and then press the back left thigh back, staying on the back heel. Press the back heel forward. Then gently unwrap that arm that's behind you, stretch it to the ceiling, maybe look up. On your exhale, turn to face the mat, plant your hands, come back into a high lunge, and then optional vinyasa, step back to plank. Shift forward, move through the flow, or if you're skipping vinyasas, maybe you're just going straight to down dog. Once you've returned to downward facing dog, shift your gaze forward, lift your heels, bend the knees. Maybe just walk it, maybe step, step, or hop to the front. And then inhale, heart forward, look ahead. Exhale, return to a forward fold. Arms out, inhale, come back upright. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Let's take on the other side. Inhale, floating the arms to the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward, taking it back down. Inhale, strong stretch ahead, Ardha. Then bending the knees, plant the hands. Now step the right foot back. Take your time to really find a long lunge. You may need to wiggle that foot further to the back of the mat. And then front knee stays above the ankle as you lower. Releasing the right knee down on top of the toes. Inhale, come over into your kneeling lunge. And then taking the hands to the hips for just a moment to get a little more even in the hips. So hugging the hips together. And then kind of drawing this front left hip crease back and forming both hips to center so you're squeezing the left butt cheek. That'll come into play a little bit more once we get into that side angle pose, Parthasana. And then notice if the pelvis is spilling forward, see if you can rotate it back the other way, almost like you had to tip it backward. It's not going to be easy. And then keep the chest lifted. Take the arms out and make a cactus shape. So your elbows are shoulder height. Draw the forearms in front of you and then cross the right over the left this time. So once you have that connection, either shoulder hug or eagle wrap, get the elbows to lift higher and move further away from you without leaning forward. So keep the upper body lifted and try to get those arms further from your face. Breathe across the upper back. And then unwrap your arms, stretch them open. Palms up. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. And then try to lift the back ribs up off of the waist as you reach up higher. Maybe you coil back just a bit. Maybe you scoop the triceps in. Maybe you can press the hands. If not, just work to get the arms straight without the shoulders hunching. If you have that connection, keep in mind you can always lower the angle. Maybe make that little clasp of everything but thumb and first finger. Try to switch the crossing. It's going to feel really weird, I promise you. Take another inhale. Lift a little higher while bending the front knee forward. And then release as you exhale. Lean forward, hands down. Curl the right toes. As you lift the knee up, walk your left foot in a couple of inches so it's centered. Maybe come on the fingertips or blocks. Settle the right foot down 45 so that the arch is behind your front heel. And then as you inhale, windmill up to a warrior two. Don't worry, we'll get to warrior one eventually. We're going to start with two. Externals first, just to get a little bit more into the hips. So kind of work that back heel. Pay attention to the back leg a lot. See how much you're using that to anchor you. And then stretch open across the chest. Maybe let your left knee bend a little bit more. Maybe relax the shoulders. And then as you inhale, straighten your front leg. Look forward, reach all the way out past over the leg. And then take the hand down where it needs to go. Maybe higher for you or lower for you, depending on how open your hamstrings are. And then once you settle that hand down, raise your right hand straight to the ceiling, ideally so that you have a long line of arms. And then for today, as you press the big toe mound of the front foot and seal the outside of the back foot, squeeze your inner thighs together and keep your front knee a little soft. Then start to wrap your right tricep inward. And then without letting the arm go too far, just extend it slightly forward. Yeah. So that you feel you can press from your back heel and reach through the top calf. And then reach up high. Anchor the feet as you inhale, lifting all the way back up. And then let your left knee bend. Find a nice strong warrior two pose. And then take it to partwa side angle. Reach out. And then choose what variation you did on the other side. I'm sticking with form to thigh today. I want to feel a little bit more open and like I'm not struggling too much to get that bottom hand down. I want to work this underside of the waist to remain long and lengthening forward. And then I'm going to turn my top palm back the other way so the thumb is facing the back of my mat. And then I'm going to take it behind. And then start to crawl it forward a bit more. So try to not let that roll your right shoulder down. So once you have that hand a little further where you want it, open the chest, lean back, and then squeeze this left butt cheek into center. Press your right heel even more. Let your left knee bend further. Maybe lean the head back a little bit more, lengthen the neck. And then unwrap that top arm. Send it all the way up. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, turn back to your mat. Release your hands down, make your way to a high lunge, and then decide where you want to go. Maybe you're going to step to plank and take a vinyasa. Maybe you're going to pull straight back to down dog. All right, look forward between your hands. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Walk, step, or float to the front. Inhale halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, folding back down on the exhale. Inhale, press to stand, stretch it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, stay standing tall at the top of your mat. Bring your feet all the way together if they're not already there. Once the inner big toes are touching, leave a little space between your heels. We're going to come into chair pose. Hips drop, arms sweep out and forward and up. Keep the elbow bones peeling up so that you don't start to go into the lower back. If you're working your belly a little bit more and the backs of the thighs, sit a little lower into your chair and another inhale. On your exhale, forward fold, let your legs straighten, bow down. Inhale, stretch halfway, a little more weight in the balls of the feet. Bend in your knees, plant your hands, optional vinyasa, step or jump back. Then inhale into heart forward back bend. Exhale to down dog. From downward facing dog, stretch your right leg all the way back behind you on the inhale. Then on your exhale, lift your left heel, come out of the ball of the foot. Now bend your right knee, pull it in, round the back, shift forward, step it through. Give yourself time if it didn't make it all the way. Give it a wiggle or a boost, or back knee comes down to wiggle it. Once it's there, spin the back foot flat where it is so that you're heel to heel instead of heel to crutch. Then inhale, now come up to warrior one. You may notice I need to shorten my stance a little bit, or walk my right foot to the right a little bit more so I'm hip to hip. Maybe that's a better position for my body for warrior one. So take a moment and take the hands to the hips if you haven't already done so. Keep this right knee bending forward. Notice your back left heel. Press it firmly. And then as you do that, stay on the outer edge of the foot, but to counteract that, roll the inner left thigh behind you. Then draw your right hip in and back. Then pull the belly back. Keep the upper body lifted. Then take the arms out and up. Full Virabhadrasana 1. Maybe look up. Keep the arms straight. Maybe try just touching the hands. Or just work straight arms. Take another inhale. Bend your right knee further. On your exhale, bring your hands to your heart, lean forward, hands down. From here, lift your back heel, step your back foot in about a third of the way. Shorten the distance, settle the foot down so that you're heel to heel. Take your hands to your hips, straightening your right leg with a flat back inhale, come all the way up to stand. So shorter stance here. Yeah, not as long of a stance, but your back foot's still 45, right toes forward. A little easier to square the hips here. Great. Then let's get another shoulder stretch. Hands behind you. Maybe bump your fists together. If you're able to crawl your hands past one another and clasp elbows, it's going to look like this. If you're able to get reverse namaskar, sealing the palms together, fingers pointing up, the back body, consider that as well. If any of those are too much for your shoulders, and it may be, that first option, fists together, but try not let the elbows go forward, your shoulders touch as we take this forward fold. So snap the front foot, seal the back heel, back leg is straight. Inhale, lift the chest up, maybe look back, maybe look up. On your exhale, leaning forward just a couple of inches, stop. Let your upper body be in line with your back leg. Keep a teeny micro bend of your right knee, just like we did in triangle pose, so it doesn't lock. Then inhale, squeeze the inner thighs, lengthen the upper body further forward. Now exhale, take it slow, tipping forward over your right leg. Notice when the back starts to round. Reassess, re-lengthen. Notice if the shoulders and elbows hunch toward the ground. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Keep the elbows from dipping. Take another inhale, lengthen further. Maybe exhale, now go a little further down without letting your back heel lift. Keep the hips hugging together so the inner thighs are drawing towards center. And then from your pyramid pose, inhale, lift the chest, rise slowly back upright. Good. Then take your hands to your hips, bend your right knee a bit, and step your left foot to the top. Great. Once the feet are together at the front of the mat, inhale, come back to chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, sink the hips down into that chair. On your exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, leaning down. Inhale, stretch the heart forward, look ahead. Bending your knees, plant your hands, vinyasa. If you're skipping it, straight to down dog. If you're doing the flow, move with your breath. And just make sure that each movement and transition is intentional. So you're not just flinging your body around in space. Once you're in downward facing dog, left leg extends straight back as you inhale. Lift the right heel, raise the left leg higher, then pull that knee really far to the chest. Push the mat away, look forward, step it up. Okay, so it'll make it eventually. One day it'll be so easy. Back foot comes at 45, heel to heel, or if you know you're taking a wider, more open stance, hip to hip, or shorter stance. Rise up. Warrior one, hands come right to hips. So notice the length of your stance. Sometimes if we go too far into warrior one, if we try to get too traditional and our legs are really far apart and we're heel to heel, we feel unbalanced. We feel like the hips are twisting to the side and then we're not bending the right knee or the front knee enough. So maybe back foot comes in just a touch, stance opens. See if you can get a nice bend where the knee is on top of the ankle. That's where it wants to be. And then you're pressing weight into your back heel and then wrapping this whole right side of the body forward as you draw the left hip back and in. Lift the frontal hip bones. Even here, it's even harder to do when you're in warrior one. Reach the arms out. Square the chest forward. Palms up. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the ceiling. Don't let the shoulders hunch up. Maybe keep the arms angled forward. Maybe try to get the hands to touch. Maybe just walk them closer. Keep the front knee bending. Stay on the back heel. Another inhale in warrior one. Exhale, release it, hands to the mat. Once the hands come down, Lift your right heel, step the back foot in a third of the way. Shorter stance, this one is much shorter. Now heel to heel might be a little easier. Front leg is straight, you can always be on fingertips or blocks. Walk the hands to the hips. Inhale, flat back, all the way up. And once you're up, make sure your stance is where it needs to be. Good alignment, hips pointing forward. Front hip points center. Then reach behind you. So if you cross arms, clasp opposite elbow, fist bump, or reverse namaskar if that doesn't feel like it's straining the elbow joints especially, or the shoulder heads. So once you have the hands connected, stamp the feet, inner thighs squeeze, lift the heart, lay the head back, look up. Exhale, tip forward just a little bit, pause. Try to find length from the back heel through the top of the head. So back is flat, and you're squaring straight over the front leg. Start the little micro bend of your front. Press your right heel more, inhale, lengthen the torso even more. Now exhale, start to just tip forward from the hips. So you don't want to round the back forward. You want the spine to be long, so you may not be going that far. It may just be a little bit of a lean. It may be further if your hamstrings are more open and you can keep the back flat and you can avoid the dreaded punch forward of the shoulders or elbows coming down. Shoulders draw down the back, chest lengthens forward and maybe towards the ground over the front toes. And then press into the back heel a lot. With your inhale, rise on the breath to stand. Take the hands to the hips, bend your front knees, step it all the way forward. Yes. And once you're back to the top of the mat, bring the hands back to the heart. Okay. So we're going to work through Surya Namaskar B with the leg lifts. And once again, vinyasas are optional. Slow it down if you need to, speed it up if you need to. Work with your breath. On your inhale, take chair pose first. Sink the weight into the heels, arms forward and up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Inhale, long spine, stretch the heart forward. Bend the knees, plant the hands, vinyasa. Chest lifts to your back bend. Downward facing dog. Then inhale, send that right leg all the way back. Bend the knee, pull it in, step it through, back heel down, 45. Inhale right up to warrior one, maybe look up, maybe touch. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Step it back, shift forward, exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing on the inhale or cobra, downward on the exhale. On the inhale, left leg extends straight back. Exhale, bring it through, step it forward. Spin the back foot down, heel to heel or hip to hip. Rise all the way up. Exhale, take it back down. From here, high lunge, step back to plank, look and shift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Right. Once you're in down dog, so you may still be working through your vinyasa. Maybe your pace is slower. Maybe you need extra time to step the foot forward. Once you're in down dog, stay for 10 breaths. Or take a child's pose if you need to. Always feel free to take breaks. All right, coming back into a downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, inhale, send your right leg all the way up and back again. Then shift forward, draw the knee in, step the foot up and through. Once the foot is there, Back foot 45, heel to heel. Rise up through a warrior one. From warrior one, bring the hands to the heart. Wiggle your right foot to center. Line up heel to arch. Then keep this knee bent straight ahead. Turn the trunk of the body over to the side and open into warrior two. Once again, turn around. So once you're in warrior two, let's come straight up into triangle pose. Front leg straightens. Reach out. Take that hand down. Shin or block. Left arm straight up to the ceiling. And then just as we did before, wrap the tricep in, extend the arm long, press the back heel. Maybe look underneath the top arm. Staying on the back heel, reach to the ceiling, press into the feet, inhale, come all the way upright. Bend your right knee, inhale here. As you exhale, side angle pose, Ardha Konasana. Then go ahead and wrap the top arm, bring it behind the back. See if you can crawl it even further. If your right hand is down to the inside of the foot, and if it's within your reach, or you have a strap belt or towel that you can use, maybe try a full bind. And then notice, usually you have to kind of lean down to get it. See if you can bring yourself back upright so you're not pitching toward the ground and you're not swinging your right hip out behind you. Try to firm your right hip in, press the back heel more, roll the top shoulder back. Whether you are in half or full bind, take the bottom hands down, unwrap the top arm, reach up nice and high. Then exhale, turn to face the mat. Bring your hands down, make your way into a high lunge. Vinyasa if you want the movement, down dog if you need a pause. From downward facing dog, on your inhale, send your left leg all the way up and back, three-legged. Draw the knee in, shift forward, pull it through, step it ahead. Foot between the hands, right foot down at 45, line up the heels. On your inhale, warrior one, front knee bending forward, pressing the back heel, lifting the upper body, maybe touch hands, draw them down to your heart as you exhale. Front foot walks to center, heel to arch. Keep the legs the same as you turn open to warrior two, or if you know your warrior one is shorter than warrior two, pull the left toes forward a bit and lengthen your stance. And pull. And then straighten the front leg. Lift the kneecaps up as you draw the inner thighs together, reach out. Come to Trikonasana. So same things we talked about before. More weight in the base of the big toe of the front, outer edge of the back, anchor the back heel as you take the top arm overhead. But once again, try to not ruin that broken line. Try to not just arc toward the ground. And that may shorten the underside of the waist. Try to lengthen that bottom left side forward a little more. Stretch that hand up, press into the feet, inhale, back upright. Look forward, re-bend your left knee. Inhale here, exhale, come into side angle. So once again, forearm to thigh is maybe a good option. Maybe you're gonna wrap that top arm back and open the chest. And then if you're like, hey, I'm gonna try the full wrap and I have something to bridge the distance, like I said, you can use the strap. You can take it, actually it's easier to take it underneath you from the bottom so that you have a little bit of leverage. So if you're like, I'm not gonna be able to get there, I'm gonna sweep that under, and maybe I'm gonna come up right a little bit more. So it feels like I'm kind of hugging this back left hip in a bit more. Maybe try to walk the hands further together, but don't turn towards the mat. Keep the chest open, front knee bending. Maybe lean the head back a little bit as you press the back heel. Right, if you have that full bind, release it, unwrap the top arm, stretch it out. Turn on your exhale to face your mat. Maybe take a vinyasa, maybe don't. All right, when you're ready, look forward. Lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, step, or float. Once you're at the front of the mat, stay folded forward for a moment. So if you have a strap and it helps you to clasp your hands, grab it. Or if you can reach behind you and interlace your fingers and actually connect them and straighten the arms, do that. Or you can grab your shirt and straighten your arms and then allow yourself to bow further in. So whatever you have connecting your hands, try to get the arms straight and try to keep the shoulders from hunching down towards the ground. Try to roll them onto your back and then move the hands further from the back body. So it's a big shoulder stretch. If you need to take it out of the hamstrings, soften the knees a bit. Release the crown of the head down. Unclasp your hands, let your arms hang all the way down. Take an inhale, halfway up, heart forward. Exhale, folding down. Arms out, inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart. All right, one more flow series and then we're gonna really slow it down. So last time, strap nearby, maybe, if you're gonna use it, kind of mirror the middle off to the side. Feet together at the top of the mat, one brief chair pose. Inhale, sit low, Utkatasana, hips down. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, stretch halfway up. If you need to conserve your energy, step back to down dog. Otherwise, move through a vinyasa to get back to down dog. Once you're there, inhale, send your right leg all the way back. Shift forward, bend the knee, pull it toward the chest, step it through, high lunge. Back foot 45, heel to heel or hip to hip. Inhale, once again, Virabhadrasana 1. Now, your legs are going to stay the same. You're going to take your hands behind you and either interlace, or if you found a strap, belt, or towel helpful, reach down and grab that so you can connect the hand and get the arms straight. As you do that, brush the tailbone down toward the back heel. Keep the front knee bending. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, look up. Humble warrior as you exhale. Lean forward. Do this slowly so you start to notice if you go off center. If the right hip swings to the side, pin it and pull it back. Lengthen further and further as you raise the arms overhead. So a lot of us are going to stay going straight over the right thigh. If you're really open and can nestle yourself inside without swinging that hip to the side, go for it. Reach the crown of the head down, arms go straight up and overhead without losing the back heel or the bend of your front knee. Lead with the heart as you inhale, slowly come upright, unclasp, arms stretch up once again, warrior 1. Exhale, take it down, move through the vinyasa or step straight back to downward facing dog. One more side to go, my friends. When you're ready, take your inhale to elevate your left leg up and back. Bring it in, step it through, high lunge. Spin the back foot down, settle the heels. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Then take the arms behind you. Cross your fingers. If you're interlacing, switch the other thumb on top. Take a moment to settle back into the clasp or grab your prop. And then as you straighten the arms, try to not overarch the lower back. Try to release the tailbone down behind you. Front knee stays bent. Lift the chest, shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, take it slow. So you want to go straight forward and nod off to the side. And you want to keep your left hip drawing toward the back of your mat and firming right into center so it doesn't swing off to the side. Then decide if you're staying straight over the front thigh or if you're working a little deeper down and trying to get the arms overhead. Pressing that back heel, lead with the chest, inhale, heart forward, lift up, 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 unclasp, reach for the sky once again, and then exhale, take it down. One more vinyasa if you want that movement. If not, knee and down dog. And then from down dog, return, knees down, take a child's pose. All right, staying on our mats today, we're going to come onto our backs. So we're starting with a bridge pose. Have your strap nearby if you're going to use it to clasp underneath. Consider having a block or other prop if you want to place under your hips for that final one. And then lay back when you are ready onto your mat. Settle the feet onto your mat so that the knees point up and are right on top of the ankles. Try to get the feet all the way parallel and the width of your hips. Arms start by your sides. Press into the feet. Start to peel the hips up slowly. Push evenly into all four corners of the feet. Once the hips are lifted, roll the shoulders under you. Clasp your hands. It may feel a little easier than normal since we've been working to open the shoulders quite a bit today. So really get those shoulders under you so you can feel the chest really puff up toward the ceiling. And then keep the feet pressing, back body lifting, as if someone had a finger right in your mid-back and is letting that rise up a little higher. So you're working that middle back to curve a little bit more, taking the work out of the lower back. And then unclasping, as you exhale, slowly release and lower the hips down. Pause here. Nice. We're going to go up one more time into bridge, crossing the opposite thumb once again underneath if you're clasping hands. If you're doing the strap, great. Or hold the edges of your mat. Press down, inhale, lift the hips up. Scoot the shoulders under you. Once again, cross the hands, holding them, or holding a strap, belt, or towel. Root down into the length of the arms. Without dragging the shoulders down the back, draw them underneath you so that it lifts the chest, and you keep the feet firmly pressing. So you're just letting the pelvis, the back of the pelvis, rise up away from you. When you're ready to release, unclasp, slowly take it all the way down. All right, a few options for you for the last one. You can take the same bridge pose again. If you want to go bigger, you're welcome to take Urdhva if that's how you practice. You want to go bigger. Or you can grab, if you have a yoga block or something similar, place it underneath your hips. Another option, if you're planning on doing an inversion during your practice this evening, now might be a good time to do it before we kind of come into some final stretches. So you're welcome to take yourself to a wall or stay on your mat if you choose any inversion on your mat. So I'm choosing block under my hips. So I don't want it under my lower back. I want it to be supporting the back of my pelvis. So if you're taking another active back bend wheel or bridge, you're going to stay up for maybe about 5 or so breaths. If you're here on the block like me, you want to elevate your legs and have this be your inversion, great. You can do this too. I like this personally. It's a nice way to just kind of let my legs feel a little bit more relaxed since we did a lot of standing poses as well. We worked the legs. So I'm just giving my legs a little kind of release. You can also do legs up the wall as well. So if you're coming down from an active back bend, you just go ahead and let your hips settle. And then if you are inverting, if you're doing some other inversion, take your time, make your way down. If you're like me, hips on a block, just bring your feet slowly back to the mat. And then gently remove that block and then let your hips settle. So once we are all settled, lying on our backs, knees bent, feet on the mat, take a moment and kind of release the lower back forward so you can kind of settle the lumbar spine. And then draw your knees toward your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then just sway a little bit with your knees hugged. And then let's take a simple twist. Stretch your arms open. Drop your knees to the right. Let your gaze fall the opposite direction. So any variation of this twist, if you want to hold the side of your thigh, if you want to extend the bottom leg straight forward, or extend the top leg out, you can grab the foot, whatever works for you.
On the last train. Never thought that she would go. Never thought that she would
go. Let your knees pass back through center as they make their way over to the other side. And then turn your head opposite direction. Take a few breaths on the other side. Match the twist you did on the first side.
Need a day, I need a night. Need a day, I need a night. Gonna feel
And then let your knees come back through center. Give yourself another little hug. And then do this for me. Place your feet back onto the mat. So you're back to center, evened out here. Let's just go right into a thread the needle here. Stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot. Turn the toes over to the right. Cross it over the left knee. And then move this knee away from you without letting your left hip hike up towards you. And then if you're going deeper, Reach forward, clasp the back of the thigh, or loop a strap around the thigh. If you find that it's a bit of a struggle and you're way up here trying to get the leg and it peels head and shoulders, take the strap and loop it all the way around the thigh, and you can grab it that way. If thread the needle isn't enough of a hip stretch for you, there's a couple of ways to kind of tweak it and make it a little more challenging. Have this right foot, keep the foot flexed, move it, slide it further over to the left. So you're making less distance between your inner thighs. And then use this right lower arm to nudge it forward as you pull the left thigh in towards you. At the same time, try to get more of your pelvis onto the mat. So if you feel like it's pulling up, try to arch your lower back a little bit. So it's more of the back of the pelvis on the mat. And then you should feel a little bit more in this side of the right And slowly, release, step the left foot down, uncross, right foot on the mat. Send the left leg up, flex the foot, externally rotate a bit so you can cross the outer ankle over the knee. And then once again, place your right hand to the side of the hip. Don't let it swing up towards the right shoulder. Keep it where it is, and then just push the left knee away from your left shoulder. Keep your left foot flexed. If you need to, slide it further over towards the right. So once again, you're crossing almost the foot coming further out. That may make the hip stretch a little more challenging. So when you're ready to grab the right thigh, if you haven't already, pulling it towards you. And then once again, seeing if you can almost roll the back of the pelvis further into the mat, feeling almost like you're trying to arch the back body just a bit. So it's going to start to target the outer left hip a bit more. Try to relax the shoulders. And then take a few breaths. And then take your time, release from your hip stretch. And then you're going to make your way up to sit briefly here. So take your time. You can roll back and forth. You can come to your side, come upright. So let's start with Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together, heels close to your hips. Take a moment, maybe even shift side to side and try to sit a little more upright so you're not rolling onto the back of the pelvis. You can always elevate your hips if needed and support the pose. Grab the inside of the feet to start, peel them open so let the knees go out and down. Sit up tall, find a flat back. And then exhale, any amount, start to tip forward with that same flat back. And then try to release the knees out to the sides and down towards the mat as you lean over the feet. It doesn't have to be a big lean, just as long as your spine is still long. And you can just start to feel that stretch in the inner thighs. Let your inhale lead you back upright to sit. And then once you're upright, hands to the outside of the knees, draw them together, stretch your legs forward. Take a moment to once again make sure you're even on your sitting bones, and then strongly flex the feet, toes point up, and then focus on the pinky side of your toes. Feel like they're drawing back toward the outer hips, and then your inner thighs spin down toward the mat as you press the heels forward. Take your hands next to your sides. Try to lift a little taller, keeping a flat back. And then when you're ready, raise the arms out in front of you, stretch all the way up to the ceiling, keeping your back flat, tip forward inch by inch until you can't go any further, and then reach out and towards the floor. Grab your feet, grab your ankles, grab your belt, strap, or towel, loop around the feet, whatever you have a hold of, pull towards you as you draw the heart forward towards the feet, and then exhaling, folding a little further down. Just a few slow breaths in this last forward fold. Then let your inhale slowly bring you back up to sit. And then start to make your way into Shavasana. Scoot the hips forward a bit so you can lay all the way down comfortably onto your back. And then once again, choosing a shape that feels right for you today. Maybe it's legs extended, maybe you're using something to elevate the backs of your calves or place under your knees. And then give yourself a moment to settle in. Maybe take the arms out a little wider from your sides today, and then feel those shoulders just lightly draw underneath you. When you're ready, close your eyes. Soften everything from head to toe. And allow yourself to rest in Shavasana. Begin to slowly wake up your body. Take your time. If you need to, stay longer in Shavasana. If you're ready to stretch yourself open, reach your arms back, extend your legs forward, and then slowly draw your knees back to your chest. Give yourself one last little hug. And from there, gently roll over to your side, curl up for just a moment. And then when you are ready, take yourself back upright, find a comfortable seat. Draw your hands together, sealing your practice as your hands seal in front of you. Closing your eyes once again, sitting up tall, listening to your breath. Let your inhale lift your heart to your hands. With your exhale, humbly bowing in, chin towards the chest, head towards the fingertips. Thank you for joining me this evening. Namaste. Nice to see you. Bye. Have a great night. See you next time.
Hey, Maureen.